Well, welcome to St Andrews, where Birmingham City have kicked off the January window in style, and I'm delighted to welcome one of our new signings. Michaela, welcome to the club. We're stood out in, well, a very impressive stadium.
Absolutely.
What are your first impressions of being here at Birmingham City?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, what a beautiful stadium you guys have here and we have here now. Very excited to get started, and it's been a really warm welcome from the minute I got off the plane to meeting everyone here. It's been fantastic so far.
So you've come over from Vålerenga after a very impressive season, time in the Champions League as well. I think your last game was against Bayern Munich, right?
Yes.
So you come in with so much experience. What are you hoping to bring here to the club?
Yeah, obviously coming off the back of the Champions League experience, that's big, but I know there's many players here who have had that experience, but of course I take that with me. But yeah, it's just playing against those top teams. I mean, playing against Man United, Arsenal last year as well when we were in the group stage. That was a big competition, big game. They win the whole thing. So those experiences really put me playing against the level that I want to compete in and bring to the team. So,
well, we're really excited to find out more about yourself as a player and as an individual as well. So let's take a seat. Slightly chilly today, but I suppose you're used to that having come from Norway.
Yeah, absolutely. And the no sun is no problem for me. Of course, I love the sun as well, but I'm definitely used to this kind of environment and the cold. So that's no problem starting off the season in January. It's actually a bit warmer.
So you're born in the US.
Yeah.
And went through the collegiate system there as well. How important was that for taking your first steps into football?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the US, the physicality part of playing in university is big. It's a lot of conditioning. It's a lot of running and a lot of emphasis on strength and, cardio. So that definitely put me forward in that aspect, especially my first big professional steps coming in Scandinavia, where it's more tactical play and a lot of that work in Scandinavia. But in the US, it really set the standard of the physicality aspect.
Talk to us about your first steps into European football, because you've had quite the interesting route to this point here in Birmingham.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we look at it on paper, it's the weirdest route ever. Unfortunately, graduating from university in December 2019 didn't set me up for the biggest and best start coming into football during COVID season. So tried to play in Australia for a bit, got kicked out due to COVID, then moved over to Portugal, where I actually got my first professional minutes. In Boa Vista. That was a fun experience, but it wasn't for me. And then I was kind of on my own in Europe. I had separated from my agency at that time, and just trying to reach out on my own in Europe, not knowing anybody, no connections, and found a team in Sweden. And there, everything has just been a forward linear progression. So I'm super excited to take the steps here, because I think that is just goes along the same line that I've been going, just step forward, step forward, step forward. So really excited for that.
It's a story of resilience and determination as well. When you look at your positioning on the pitch as a defender, defensive-minded player, how many links are there between your story and how you came into football and how you've ended up here in Birmingham City, and also the attributes that you like to show on the pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you say, the story has a lot to play in with my defensive attributes. I mean, starting from almost a really poor team, to be quite frank. Like, I have appreciated my time, but starting in Europe in a poor team where you're defending my first professional game, I think we lost 7-0 against Braga in Portugal. So a lot of defensive work, but then building up my game to be a more offensive player as I've progressed has been fantastic. But those attributes of just going into each game, that it's going to be a fight, it's going to be a battle, and being really gritty, I would definitely say those are my key characteristics as a defender. Just typical center back. Loves a good tackle. I really also love the good positioning on the field and being able to read the game in that sense. But my offensive game in these last two steps I've taken in my career, in the last two teams I've played in, where I've been more offensive based and a lot of possessions, especially in Norway in the top city. But then, like you said, that experience in Champions League, obviously we're playing against Bayern Munich, Man United, Arsenal the previous year, and Juventus, blah, blah, blah. And those games you maybe have have to put yourself, do we have the right to be offensive? So those characteristics of me being a defensive player really got to shine, and it's really good experience in those games.
And this is a club that obviously has its own rich history in the Champions League and really ambitious owners who want to get the club back to that level. What was it that sold you about Birmingham City?
Yeah, definitely those ambitions. They're the ambitions I have within myself. So when I hear that and hear a club that, like you say, maybe we share some of the similar history of we needed to build from something and build up to where we want to be. And I'm really excited to take those steps with them. I think it's absolutely possible, and it's moving in the right direction slowly but surely. But now it's the time to take the big steps, and now we really need to push this last part of the season and get to where the goals are and the ambitions are. So
it will have been quite a long season for you, because not everyone knows that the Norwegian season, most of the Scandinavian season, runs at a very different time schedule to the English season. Yeah. Will that help you that you're coming into the second half of the season with a good flow and a good stride already in your bank? Yeah,
absolutely. In my last team, playing a lot of minutes. I think I've only sat out maybe one game in this last season, and it runs from March all the way to December. So and I don't think those minutes, having 2.5, 3 weeks off, that's perfect amount of time. So like you say, you're kind of in that flow state where you can just keep going and bringing those high intensity games, as well as the last 3 months being Champions League and the end of Top Serien, where we're playing in our cup final and fighting for first and second in that league. Just that flow state, bringing it. I'm really excited that I have gotten actually a shorter break than intended, because I think just to keep going is really beneficial.
It has been, I imagine, a bit of a whirlwind past couple of days. What's your first impressions been here, meeting those around the club, new teammates maybe, and really getting stuck in?
Yeah, I'm really excited to meet the girls. I've just heard a lot of good things. My agent has another player that's already came in the past week, Lotta, and I got to meet her last night, and just hearing about the team and the girls, that they're really welcoming and really friendly and whatnot. So it was also that culture that Amy and Hope told me about, that they really are together as a team. That's also a draw in for me. I think that's really important, especially trying to promote that you have that connection on the field and offside the field. First impressions, wow, what a stunning place, and a lot of really personable people, friendliness of everyone being around. It's been fantastic so far.
You mentioned the manager, Amy, there. Yeah. She, of course, speaks with so much passion about the club every time she steps out to do her media duties. What's she been like the first couple of times you've met her behind the scenes?
Yeah, she's definitely someone I think I can relate to, and I just share a lot of the same passion. So it's a coach I'm really excited to have a coach you want to fight for, that has that passion, that energy. It's in the training grounds. I've seen some of the videos of behind the scenes in her in the training grounds, and it's exciting. It brings you a lot of energy as a player to have someone there on top of you. Like, these are the demands we set for you, and I'm really looking forward to stepping into that role of the demand she sets, and I hope they're high, because that is what pushes you as a player. So it's really exciting.
It's not, of course, just the manager and those here in the hierarchy who have those high demands and standards. It's the fans who will pack out St Andrews as well. What do you want to say to them as your first message? Yeah, that I'm really excited to get started. You guys can expect from me a lot of passion, a lot of energy. I love playing football, and I love stopping goals. I also, of course, when I score a goal, it's a bit more exciting as a centre back, but really you're just going to see a lot of grit, a lot of fight, and I cannot wait to be able to play in front of them, and I hope the welcome is with open arms, and couldn't be more excited. Michaela, it's everything that we want to hear in the run into the end of the season. Thank you so much for taking the time today, and best of luck for your first steps here at St Andrews.
Thank you so much.